What's up, babes? It's Curly's Victoria. I am back with another video. If you babes are new here, hi, welcome to my channel. If you've already been subscribed, thanks for coming back. So look, girls, I'm literally drinking my matcha latte. I'm gonna just say they probably don't get my exact order all the time, and that's probably why I had to come home and doctor it up. I got this matcha latte like 2 or 3 hours ago, but I had it with light ice, so it stayed, it's still good because it was light ice. I added ice once I got home, added some of my coffee creamer, and now we're back in action. So babes, it's that time of the month, and if you're like me, you can get real sick, not feel too good, and literally like have no appetite to really eat. Now I did get Chipotle today to try to, get myself to eat something, so when I do want to take medicine or anything like that, I have something on my stomach. And also because it's that time of the month where you're losing, blood, you want to kind of make sure that you're keeping your iron levels up. So I did have some salad in my Chipotle bowl, and Mr. Bricks always got to start eating, got to start drinking, has to start doing something when I film a video. I know y'all hear it. It's like inevitable. Every time I have to film a video, Mr. Bricks has to let y'all know he's in the background. Now, Mrs. Brooks is behaving. It's Mr. Bricks who has to let y'all know. Anyway, long story short, we're in the middle of a hurricane, which is supposed to reach Category 5 by tomorrow. We do have some places that are evacuation zones. I know for me, there's like, oh, you might need to evacuate. I'm not doing it. And I know some people can look at this and just be like, girl, why you not going to evacuate? One thing you have to know is, first of all, my flood zone, I'm not going to likely flood like that because the chances of flooding is low. If it does flood, it floods. But the chances of me flooding are low. And if I do feel like the rain is starting to come up a bit, baby, I'm going in the rain out there, and I'm about to put my motorcycle. I'm about to get my motorcycle, and I'm about to make a ramp and ride it, to where it's in a place that's safe where it won't flood out. But long story short, the hurricane that we just had, basically the surges were more so like strong. So the winds were going to be strong. Branches might be breaking off of trees, etc. But I did not flood out at all. It was just things broke. A lot of people did severely go through a lot during those damages. And we just got through that hurricane like a couple days ago. So to turn right around and be having another hurricane in the month of October, which we typically don't do, and also it be back to a hurricane that we just had, is literally so stressful. People are running around like maniacs, like chickens with their heads cut off. Gas, like I gassed up yesterday. I'm not really planning on going anywhere like that, but gas, there's 20-30 people in line for gas. Like, I'm just not doing all that. I got me some Powerade, some water. I needed toilet tissue because I needed toilet tissue, so I just went ahead and bought a lot of toilet tissue before there became limits or any of that. And I bought a big case of water, even though I have water already. I'm just not going to stress myself out with the panic of a hurricane. And I grew up all my life, hurricane. I'm from here, I'm not saying that people being from a place makes them exempt, but I'm just saying, oh, they're talking about the mandatory evacuations. I'm literally over it. I have my dogs. I just don't feel like doing too much unless the police drives in my neighborhood and say, you guys have to get out. I'm not trying to get out. Literally. If I start to feel like, okay, this is not holding up, I got to get out of here, I know it'll kind of be a little late, but okay. But right now, I just feel like I'm going to be dealing with a lot of like debris, trees breaking, maybe power outages. But all in all, I feel like I'm going to have my dogs. I don't want to deal with power outages. I don't, because when you have pets and animals, it's like it becomes more about them than it is about you. And it just becomes very stressful. So I really don't want power outages. But while the power's on, while it's daylight, while the lights are running, I'm going to go ahead and clean up my house. I've already washed my dishes so that I don't have any stinky foods in the house. I've cleaned out my refrigerator and my freezer just to make sure that I don't have any type of like things that can smell, you know. Now, obviously, anything going forward from here throughout the hurricane, it is what it is. But for the most part, I'm making sure that, so my video just got cut because while I was talking to y'all, there was another alert for a mandatory evacuation in certain areas. But like I said, I'm not. Because a lot of times when there's like an evacuation where you have to go, if something happens, they're not coming to your rescue the way that you want them to because you were told that it's a mandatory evacuation. But if you guys see like we just overcame a hurricane. So to turn around and then be told we got another hurricane, that's a lot. And if you see what the traffic is looking like right now, just to go anywhere, it's like, what am I evacuating for? When I'm only going to be sitting in traffic for how long? Then you're going to need to get gas. And then where are you getting gas from? All the pumps are like wrapped up with, you know, like tape on the pumps and things like that. And I'm just like, no, I'm gonna have to just ride it out like any other year. It is what it is. It is what it is. I really wish that I'm just not about to panic. And I know other people could be watching my video and you can probably go against what I'm saying and be like, girl, just go, just evacuate, just whatever. But it's like, if I did go to evacuate, like at my family's house or something like that, I'm driving over an hour to get there. So right now, the traffic is horrendous. I don't think y'all understand it. Like 1 o'clock, I was in traffic that looked like LA. So imagine what it's going to be like closer to those times. Today is Monday. Tomorrow's Tuesday. Storm is set to come around Wednesday. So, I mean, I guess if I did evacuate or anything like that at all, it would probably be by Tuesday or Wednesday. But tonight and tomorrow, baby, I'm cleaning my house. I'm striving to get my life back in order. And in order to do that, I have to get my residence in order. I have to make sure, you know, from the move, you guys know that I moved from my last house. That move, literally, I have still not unpacked everything. I just feel like it's very much so smaller here. It's like a fourth of my old house and like the size, or a third or fourth, whatever. So it's much smaller. So I have to make sure I'm strategically putting things up so that my house doesn't look junky, because, you know, it is a good amount of stuff, but at the same time, it's not as much stuff as you would think it would have been. It was more so a lot of furniture and a lot of dishware and the things that I use. So I'm not going to like overwhelm myself, if you will. I'm going to just slowly but surely do what I need to do. If I feel like it's starting to get crazy with the rain, I'm gonna go ahead and jump in the shower. But I really don't want to take a shower now. I'll take a shower later. But I'm gonna be taking my showers as much as possible before the possibility of losing power, just because, like, as a woman, like I said, you want to kind of just keep yourself clean already, but then with it being that time of the month, you want to hurry up, girl, get them showers in. Luckily for me, by tomorrow I'll be like halfway, if not more than halfway through this cycle. You know, today is what, day 2? Tomorrow's day 3. I'm normally like no more than like 5 days, so I can at least make it through the, you know, majority of that. I really wanted to give the dogs a bath. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to. Right now, that's not the priority though. The priority is just getting things done and put up, and, you know, the things that I need to get done. That's what I'm gonna focus on. Everything else is just extra at this point. So I'm just gonna make sure that I'm cleaning up things that if I was to lose power and I can't see, I need to be able to be like, ooh, I can still maneuver. But if I got stuff sitting, chairs sitting, and the power go out, girl, I'm going to trip. And now I'm going to have to call the ambulance in the middle of a literal disaster. Brooks, no. Cut it out. And you too, Briggs. No. 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 So yeah, I'm not about to be sitting here like trying to play like do a maze in the middle of a disaster. I need to be able to be like, dang, let me go from one room to another room to whatever without tripping on something. So that's what I'm gonna do. My windows are covered. They're not boarded, but they're covered. And really, prayer gets me through everything. So that's what's going to have to hold me this time around, as it does in everything else. So, like I said, I'm going to focus on doing that. I need to figure out where do I want to put my dogs, because that was another thing I was trying to figure out. Like, where do I want their placement to be in the house? I think I want one of them on each side of this chair. But girl, I don't know. Because if Brooks can't see Brooks, then it becomes a problem. Girl, he has to be able to keep his eye on her. So their crates are literally in a position to where he could see her and she could see him. Otherwise, it's going to be a literal meltdown. But yeah, y'all, I'm getting my life together. So I have my salad bowl from Chipotle. I'm drinking my matcha latte. And I'm going to be cleaning up. That's pretty much what I'm doing. So everybody's still sending alerts in the Ring camera app. People are sending alerts from the county. And I'm just over here like, my candle is lit. I'm watching Making It in Marabella, because we're going to watch something that's going to edify the growth of what we want to do, which is building my real estate business. And then in a minute, I'm about to sit down and I might make some calls to some different companies and things like that, just to see where I'm at with certain things and building up my brand. Because you got to realize every state is not dealing with a hurricane. So if they are out of state and they're answering the calls for the call centers, you can still be handling your business in the midst of a storm. Like, I know people are like in panic mode, but in the same breath, like, you still got responsibility. So for me, moving here was a decision to cut down my expenses. I told you guys that before. It didn't mean that where I was at, I couldn't afford to be there. It's just a simple fact of making a smart decision to say, let's eradicate these or cut down these expenses, cut down your office expenses. Let's reallocate your funding to different places. You know what I mean? Let's build your brand. Let's grow. Let's build, you know, even with my lipstick line, I want to have my line for my oils and things like that too. Those are coming, and I've seen some of you who were like, oh, I can't wait until you start selling the oils. I think I am going to work on some packagings and things like that very soon to send off. And then I also want to get back into like my fashion. Now, you guys know that I have my Upscale Barbie page, and that page is really just like putting some looks together and letting you know, like, girl, let's go slay it in these companies, you know, let's go slay it in our businesses. Fast fashion is cool, but I've really always had like a heart for like vintage clothing that is thrifted, or like pieces that you won't always see. So when I would go to the mall, I didn't want what was on the mannequin. I wanted pieces I could put together that I wasn't going to see the girl at school in. I wasn't going to see the next person in. I wanted to be able to do that, create my own sense of fashion, you know, not follow the trends, but set it. And that's pretty much like kind of where Upscale Barbie is. Like, you will see some pieces that are going to be like, oh, that's cute, that's unique, that's whatever. But I also want to be able to have that portion of my company that is like, okay, I want that outfit because I haven't seen it, or I want that because it'll look good on me and I'm not seeing it in the stores at the moment. So clearly so that's literally what I want to do. I'll be selling it probably on different platforms, but I'm going to work on that, on getting a site up to start selling those items. So if you feel like, oh, I've seen this item before, it's okay, that's fine. I'm not saying that you didn't see it before. It's just a simple fact that I've taken the time to create lookbooks and fashion trends that I have adopted in my life and that I too think you may look good in or whatever. So it's really bringing my sense of fashion to my collection. So if you're not following Upscale Barbie on Instagram, go follow Upscale Barbie. And stay tuned with that, because we do got some things that are going to be coming, worlds. But I need y'all to tap in, stay tuned, get ready. But yeah, I'm going to be back on that. So just building up my current brand, Real estate has literally had its ups and downs in the market in itself, but it has its ups and downs as a business owner itself. Like, I have been through so many things, ups and downs, and really I've been focusing on building the company and the foundation and the structure more than literally sitting out here being the number one brokerage in the county, number one brokerage in the state, number one brokerage in the world. That is not my focus at this time of my brokerage. Obviously, that is what you want to acquire, but that's not where my focus is. My focus is really building a solid plan. Okay, y'all, so I ran out of a lot of battery, and the lighting isn't the same. Excuse me, but I wanted to come back on here just to finish what I was saying before my battery so rudely interrupted and cut us off. Bricks, please cut it out, because y'all are really killing me. Look, so I just got some cleaning up done while my phone was charging, and that made a big difference. So I'm going to continue to keep cleaning up, but I wanted to get on here and just basically say, yeah, so during this hurricane, that's what your girl's about to do. Get the house back in order, get the house clean. I'm thinking about giving the dogs a bath. So if I'm going to do that, then that means I have to clean out their crates. I have to give them a bath, and then I also need a bath. That's just a lot. So I'm probably going to give her a bath first when I do give them baths, because Mr. Bricks, y'all, if you give Bricks a bath first, he's going to put you to work. That's like taking him to the vet. They're like, which one do you want me to take first? I said, take her, because she's literally going to be so compliant. But Mr. Bricks, you're going to come out, and if you got on weave in your hair, like a lace front or something, baby, it's going to be, the glue's going to be sweating off. And if you literally have leave out to your sew-in, baby, it's going to be poofy, because Bricks will put you through a whole lot and don't mean nothing by it, and then afterwards want a treat and to get his belly rubbed and lick you after he just made you go through a workout to just give him his shots. I'd be so embarrassed. Like, they literally be asking me too, which one should we take first? They're so cute. That's cute, but baby, he's gonna put you through it. She's gonna be just cute. So anyway, I wanted to set up my room, like my other room. I wanted to set that up to be like a place to keep all my clothes, but then I was like, girl, I want to set that up so I can do my videos. Because where am I really going to do my fashion videos? Like, I mean, I could do them in here against that plain wall, but I just got to figure out where will I do my setup of videos when I do film, because that's going to dictate where I should actually, how I should set up when I clean up, if that makes any sense. Some of y'all are probably like, girl, no, it don't make sense. But when your evacuation notices, like I can say, all I can say is just pray for us, because I'm not going nowhere. I'm just not in the mood. And I know that sounds so like, girl, it's not about your mood, it's about your safety. But if you really understood what this traffic is looking like to get out of the county, it takes me 10 to 11 miles to even get to the interstate to go toward the direction I need to go. Backed up. When I was coming back home earlier, the traffic was sitting to go toward the interstate. That's not even a talk about what the interstate actually looked like. So I'm just like, nah, by the time you actually try to leave, you're sitting in all that traffic. And the closer it gets to the storm, the more people are trying to leave. And I'm just like, if I have to go at the last minute, then I will go. And in the next day, if I'm like, okay, I need to go, then I'm going to go. But otherwise, and I said it a million times, I'm not. I made it through Hurricane Helene. Thankfully, I wasn't hurt or anything like that. There were some trees, debris. And then one of my neighbor's trees did snap, like an oak tree snap. But I could tell in the beginning it was going to snap, because before the hurricane started, because I can see the way that the tree just didn't seem sturdy at some point in the oak, and it ended up snapping. But it didn't surprise me, because I'm like, the tree looked like it's going to snap. A tree looked like it's going to snap. So yeah, Bricks, stop. The alerts keep just going on both of my phones. I'm trying to charge my phones up, but so I think the worst case scenario that I'm going to pray for is power outage, and I'm hoping that doesn't happen, but the likelihood of it not happening, I don't really see that it might not happen. I see that we might be out of power, So I'm hoping that my worst type of thing that I go through is a power outage, or but not anything crazy to where like I'm hurt, I'm just gonna pray, because anything can happen. So I'm not gonna sit here. It's not that I'm not saying that it isn't anything to watch for, but what I'm saying is it's a lot, like it's easier said than done when you're not in these situations, because it's like, oh, go get a hotel, oh, go get out of the county, oh, go do this, go do that. But until you're actually in the situations, you don't realize how much more difficult and stressful it is to actually go somewhere different. You know what I mean? Everywhere is the traffic is backed up. If I am going to go to a family member's house, I'm going an hour or something out. You know what I mean? So I'm just going to make the most of what I can make. And like I said, while I can, I'm just going to clean. My dogs, and I got giving them their food and water. So soon they're going to eat, finish their food, go to the bathroom. And when they go out for that next bathroom run, I'm going to probably give them baths. So I might not give them baths this early. I might just give them baths a little bit later. That way they can go out about 2 more times before the night. So once they go out now, like in the next few minutes, then they probably will go out 1 more time, and then lights out, bedtime for them. So yeah, that's what that's looking like. I just pray that God keeps his power on long enough for me to make it through this cycle. At least keep it on for the next couple of days. I think my water still should be going because I'm on well, but if I'm on pump, then some things can be changed. But I know y'all see that here, baby. Let's talk about it. Anyway, I talked a long time in these videos, although I keep getting interrupted by these alerts. So make sure you guys like, comment, share, subscribe. That should show you the dedication. I didn't think I was going to do Vlogtober or anything, but I guess it feels that way because since the month has started, I feel like I filmed several videos. So maybe I'm in this thing, maybe I'm not. I don't know. I'm just going to post as I go. But I do want to make a video about my hair again. And then I'll see y'all in the next video.